All righty then, welcome back. It is the Buckmaster Show, 25 minutes now until 1 o'clock. I am Bill Buckmaster on AM 1030 KVOI. AM 1030 are live streaming at buckmastershow.com and kvoi.com. If it sounds like I'm not in the studio, I am not. I'm in the Buckmaster Show home office in the foothills because I was stricken with what seems like everybody's got it or had it, the flu bug. Anyway, it is time for our monthly segment presented by the Better Business Bureau of Southern Arizona. Suzanne Miller joining us for our monthly BBB Scam Alert. Suzanne is Director of Communications and Consumer Affairs, and she is on the Buckmaster Show live line. So from one live line to another, how are you, Suzanne?
I'm definitely better than you, Bill. I'm so sorry to hear you have the flu.
Yeah, it's about the first time in 15 years, I think, that I have had something like this. So hopefully things will be getting better very soon. I want to talk a little bit, Suzanne, about fake check and money order scams that I guess really take many different forms, but the underlying con remains the same, doesn't it?
It really does. It's, the fake check and money order scams have, so many variety of names that we seem to call it. We have the employment scam. There's the lottery and prizes, the family emergencies, the advance fee loans, online dating. There's all forms of ways that scammers can request that you wire transfer money to them.
Why don't you go over kind of the details of some of these stories that really are very scary?
There's always going to be different messaging based on what the scam is and how they want their money to be sent to them. But it could be from selling something online and the scammer pretends, they're interested in purchasing something from you. Or a scammer will hire you for a job. In fact, we just did an employment scam segment on KBOA about this, that a local company was hit by a scammer asking him to send them money from being overpaid for their services. And secret shopping, that's a big one, and sweepstakes prizes. And the reason that comes into play is because people are asked, to pay for, the fees that are involved in doing that, say that it's the taxes or shipping or something like that. So, then they pay too much. And so there's all kinds of crazy ways that these scammers are trying to get victims to wire transfer money to them. And usually it's because they've sent them a check that is an overpayment, and they're just requesting that money back to them. And the way to do that is through a wire transfer.
So I guess you should be very suspicious of overpayments, right?
In general, definitely, especially in today's world, we really just want people to be cautious about not only the scams that are out there, but anytime you're being asked for information, being asked for money by someone you don't know, that's a big red flag. And not to share personal identifiable information, such as your date of birth, your bank, your credit card accounts, anytime there's financial transactions, that's really scary. Any of your passwords. And again, it goes back to that, for the sweepstakes scam, it's like don't prepay taxes, insurance, or fees on something that they say that you've won. It's all these different ways that they're going to work on your emotions that you need to react to them.
What is this I'm hearing about Western Union, Suzanne?
Well, this is why we wanted to bring this scam up right now, is because we have a limited time. We are really excited to announce that the FTC really went and fought on behalf of the consumers, and they're alerting consumers that lost money to scammers between January 1st of 2004 and January 19th of 2017. If you were a victim, you can now file a claim to get your money back. And that main website for them is FTC.gov/WU. And we do have that posted on our Facebook page. but you have to file your claim before February 12th. So time is of the essence in this, but it's this is a big deal. This settlement from Western Union is $586 million back to victims.
That's huge.
Is huge. Yeah, it's huge. It's all to resolve these charges that were brought against them by the FTC and the Department of Justice.
So is this like a big class action suit or what?
Yes, it is. And it's really based on the fact that their investigation said, you knew that this was going on and you didn't do anything about it. And that was their alleged part of it. So there was a settlement. And I really feel like Western Union, feels an obligation to help victims of such, the scammers are just there's so many of them happening right now on the daily basis. And we were thrilled last year when we heard that one of the Western Union agents actually stopped someone from becoming a victim in a local Fry's. And we were thrilled to hear that. Some are aware and then others were participating in it. And so we really wanted to just make sure that, people are reacting to such calls for action accordingly. Just be very careful. Don't fall victim to a scam. But if you did become victim during that time frame, don't delay in filing. It's really, really important that you do that soon. And there's a whole chart on that website. And again, that's FTC.gov/WU. And that is got a chart that is featured on our Facebook page that shows you the steps that you need to take to be able to submit your claim.
What if someone tries to say, well, I'll file this claim for you and I would like money for it?
That is a brilliant question, Bill. I'm glad that you brought that up because there you go. Here we have scammers taking advantage of the fact that a scam occurred, and that is so crazy to me. You do not have to pay anything to do this. It's all free. So you just go to that site and you submit your claim, and nobody will ask you for credit card information or payment information or your, date of birth. Like, they're not going to ask you for that secret information. Don't give it to them. In this case, it would be a scammer that's saying, that they're calling on your behalf. So that is just really frightening to me that the scammers will jump on this bandwagon, but that's what they do. So that is a great question, Bill. Thanks for bringing that up.
You're welcome. Suzanne Miller is with us, Director of Communications and Consumer Affairs for the Better Business Bureau of Southern Arizona, and we're honored to have Suzanne on our program once a month talking about scams and scam alert. Well, I also have an alert for all of our listeners here in the foothills. The mail thieves are at it again. Several of our neighbors' boxes torn apart, and some of them even had locks on them, and the scammers actually cut through a padlock.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I think if anybody does not have a lock on their mailbox, seriously think about putting one on. At least it is some deterrent.
You got to take what steps you can.
Yep. All right. So more information, always good information at the Better Business website, which is very easy to access. It's BBB.org/Tucson. And is there information up there as well about the Western Union?
I believe so. I believe we have it on our website, and it's definitely on our Facebook page at the top.
All right. Suzanne, it's always a pleasure having you on the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill.
All right.